The house doesn't need to know my name. Not yet. House of Screaming Glass was written, produced, and directed by David R. Williams. 2 other individuals also helped with the writing. Check out their IMDb pages for the full listens of their work, and it stars Lainey Call as Elizabeth, who on her 27th birthday just so happens to be gifted the inheritance from her grandmother, in the form of an old house that her grandmother ran. But this is no ordinary old house. Oh, no. This is an old schoolhouse. And after an opening narration where Elizabeth talks about not really knowing her grandmother, knowing she existed, but not sure she ever actually met her, being really shocked that she was gifted this, she finds out why she was gifted this when she opens the door, and then things get really weird, and she must solve this mystery before her sanity is absolutely history. House of Screaming Glass Tales, woohoo. So, House of Screaming Glass, by the way, was the original title of that Blondie song, and if you get it, I love you guys. This is currently streaming on Amazon and Freevee, and Freevee basically is like Amazon's version of Tubi. If you put up with some ads, you can get some series, you can get some movies, big budget, small budget, all kinds of budget, and you can find a veritable cornucopia, a massive library of stuff that you weren't even aware you could see in this particular way. So yes, Elizabeth must figure out why in the world she was brought here, was she summoned here, what's actually going on. And that's about it for this short film plot. And what do you mean this film was 106 minutes long? For those that aren't math majors, that's an hour and 46 minutes long. It sounds like a nice short film concept. And while there's the germ of a decent idea here about, having ties to your past and discovering stuff about your past that you didn't fucking know, look, I know this obviously was a low-budget effort, and everybody did the best they could, and it was a small crew, and I appreciate that, and I wish nothing but the best for the cast and crew to grow and do bigger and better projects in the future. I wish them nothing but the best. This movie was terrible. This movie was absolutely fucking putridly, offensively stretched out. To the point, I'm like, this is an hour and 46 minutes long, and if they had trimmed off 30 minutes, it still would have been too goddamn long. There's, again, the germ of an idea, the crumb, the veritable little piece of just a speck of an idea that could have worked. And it was a throwback, like 60s and 70s slow burn horror. Kind of had some shots that reminded me of some Italian horror movies. This sort of reminded me a bit of The Scary of 61st, except that was really just, I don't know what the fuck that movie is supposed to be. So yes, Elizabeth leads a lonely life. Oh yes, she leads a lonely life. And we see at some point some scenes that go so long. There is a near 6-minute long piano playing scene. I fucking counted. There's another 2-minute long. There's so many scenes. They're so long that aren't dramatic. They just get to where, is this movie trying to punish us for clicking play? I don't understand why the scene's played out like this. There are a couple halfway okay body horror effects. Again, small budget. I can appreciate it. And the main actress, the only actress actually, does the best that she can because it's a one-woman show here. Good goddamn Christ, this is awful though. Absolutely awful. I do not understand how anybody could have said, yeah, let's just do it this way. Let's not maybe tighten this thing up and then maybe eventually do a director's cut with, some stuff instead of filler, and I still barely know her. I'm trying to be nice. I'm really trying to be goddamn nice, but I love horror. I can take low budget. I can take ultra low budget, and I can just absolutely sink my teeth into anything. This movie has no meat, no potatoes, no nothing you can sink your teeth into. 106 goddamn pissing minutes. And there are points where, I'm sorry, but there are points where the actress is just holding the camera in front of her. It was like fucking Red Zone Cuba, for God's sakes. Oh, it's like Beast of Yucca Flats. It was like Coleman Francis-like stuff. If you get it, you get it. I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm saying just don't expect much because this is not good. This is not good. I'm going to get into whatever spoilers there actually are and talk about a few things. But yeah, it's on Amazon. Give it a shot. Maybe you'll feel differently, but the reviews I'm seeing, everybody's pretty much in agreement this is not good at all. You gotta start somewhere. But boy, there were some points where there was some drinking in this movie, and I'm like, I'm straight edge and I feel like goddamn drinking. That's what this movie almost drove me to do, was drink, and thankfully I didn't. Really bad. 3, 2, 1. Just getting to it. Spoilers. So, yeah. We get there's like 500% like slow camera pans that I think took up like at least 50% of the goddamn movie. There was a Birdemic style driving opening just with a narration. We open, by the way, with this is after we see that clearly our heroine, the only actress, is dead because, spoiler, she threw herself off the goddamn roof of this schoolhouse. And yeah, she takes pills. There are some shots that go way too goddamn long. There are some just attempts at being scary or stylistic that do not work. There's an old photo book with some old lady with some of the biggest goddamn nipples I've seen in my fucking life. And I've seen a lot of them. But she has dreams and nightmares of all this weird shit going on. There's slimy cat puppets, if you get it. I love you guys. She finds eventually an old book. That actually, the old book, the old Necronomicon, Necronomicon, Actually, that kind of looked okay. It kind of looked like they just took fruitcake and just smashed it down. But you know what? You have to do what you can. And there's a bunch of cool drawings of creatures. I would have liked to have seen some of those. There's one slimy creature a little bit later on. But yeah, there's like a lingering like sequence where she's in the shower. I mean, you don't really get to see any, but whatever. The piano scene, yes, eventually a demon shows up. And here's the thing. If you would trim that down to 90 seconds and just cut away a couple times, okay, that might have been all right. But why in the world were these scenes so long? Fuck! Anyway, it turns out her grandmother was a witch. She's drawn here and has pretty much the same shit that happened to her. Also, her mother never really told her about the grandmother, probably to keep her away. Mother omitted for clarity. Yeah, I don't really understand what the point of this damn movie was. Besides a woman slowly losing her mind, just like the viewers will, watching this. Again, trying to be kind, not good, can't help it. And she had... The opening line that I said, by the way, was earlier in the movie. She was going to write her name on the chalkboard, because it's an old schoolhouse. But she's like, oh, no, the house doesn't need to know my name. Already knows your goddamn name because you were summoned there. You idiot. The character, I mean. So she eventually just finds this old... She gets attacked by somebody, or the spirit, or whatever, and after walking up the stairs for 2 goddamn minutes, then she finds these old boxes. One has ritualistic, shriveled up hands and everything, and old bottles of booze, and she looks through more photos and does more shit and drinks. She feels like she's here for a reason. I wish this movie was here for a reason. I don't know what that reason is, though. And then there's a red moon up in the sky. She's drinking and taking more pills. She's losing it. Yeah, we just get piano stuff and this tension music that isn't good. A 2-minute long piano scene. Good God, did the piano, have the sword of Damocles hanging over this film? Good grief. She's riding away and she ends up, ghost grandmother shows up and I want to stay here forever, and then she throws herself off the goddamn roof. There was like a neat little scene a little bit before that where she actually did open up her shirt and there were some weird eyes blinking up all over her chest, like her body's being possessed by stuff because she's been getting marks on her body. And whatever. But God, House of Screaming Glass. Yeah, you take a couple letters off of glass and I can think of what this movie actually is. Yeah, it's a 2-pack of ass. Sorry, it's not good. You can watch it if you want. I'm not saying don't watch it. I'm not saying don't support filmmakers in the future, but fuck. F. Terrible. An abomination. Agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland. I'll see you soon.